Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Thursday to you. Taking a quick look here at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on. We'll try to make this fast just because I'm not feeling 100%. I greatly appreciate the the nice gestures that my community members have extended. A quick little congrats to some of our community members here. Great job, Kratos, for some awesome trades there. Jastraz, of course, and we've got a newer trader, Agroman, pretty awesome too. So keep up the good work there. Congrats to our members as well. 51% from our SUI trade from 8 days ago, and our Solana short is coming through at about 22% in 5 hours. So still got plenty more profit left to take there. I'm confident we'll be able to hit our additional targets. I'll explain why here in a little bit, of course. Solana I'll cover next. But for right now, a lot of that has to do with Bitcoin pumping and then tentatively dumping. Now, I'm not saying it's going to dump super hard, super fast, but there's a good chance that with all the liquidity levels having been swept, we are in a position right now where the price action is likely to pull back. Okay, so we'll talk about that and much more. Again, if you're new to the channel, thanks again so much for joining me here. So what we're wanting to talk about is, let's go with the big picture here really quick. We talked about the monthly and the weekly yesterday, so we don't really need to go into that. We also want to note too that the Fed meeting resulted in zero increase in interest rates, which is a nice change of pace. Is exactly why the price action shot up the way that it did. But what it also did is it swept all the previous liquidity. A lot of the shorts at the 35.2 mark got wrecked. They all got stopped out, and effectively the price shot all the way up to almost 36,000. Okay, so 36 is a new resistance level there. But the truth is, with all that being said, the price action is pulling back now, and it makes sense that it's going to continue. I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that here in a moment, but let's just talk about briefly some moving averages here. As long as we're above these moving averages, we're still tentatively bullish on this coin. Okay, so keep in mind we're probably in the clear, and the likelihood of Bitcoin price going up in the overall sense is fairly high. But you do got to recognize a pullback would make sense considering how much money is left on the table here. Okay, so just know bulls and bears, they have a tendency of collecting what is due, and right now the bears are due for a nice profitable situation. Okay, I'll talk about that here in a minute and what I mean by that, but simply put, we're in a situation where we got the RSI well over 70 even still. The MACD is starting to lose momentum, and as we continue to digress here, we gain greater potential for the price action to pull back. Okay, so a lot of things here that are still very bullish. I'm not discrediting the fact that Bitcoin is on the right side of tracks, doing very well. But I also feel like we're going to see the price pull back. And the main reason why, too, is just a handful of reasons. First of all, we're still above these moving averages, but that the price action yesterday shooting up the way that it did, it was based on a fundamental catalyst. Okay, now that the smoke has cleared, we're starting to see this realism here, the fact that, hey, the price of Bitcoin is overextended, it is due for a correction, and a pullback would make a lot of sense. Okay, so I feel personally that that's what we're going to see here. We're getting closer to 50 on the RSI as well on the 4-hour, which we haven't seen in a long time. So the price does pull back, just say similar to back to October 15th. That was the last time we were below 50 on the RSI. We can see here that there's a good chance if the price does pull back below that level, we'll see the price continue lower. So again, it'll probably break those moving averages and continue its way down. I also feel that Elliott Wave here is a strong possibility here as well, where the price action could very well come down to these lower levels, 30/31,000, okay? Or 30,400/31,700. I still think the lower 30,000 range will be tested. It's just my personal opinion. I've got a short and open at 35,000. Okay, so again, just some things to kind of think about. Now, let's talk a little bit about the back-end data here really quick and kind of work our way down. We can see a lot more shorts got wrecked yesterday than longs. Obviously, we see that. We can also see that retail is much more active today than yesterday, and that whales are kind of taking their sweet time on the side. They're not bothering to trade right now. We do got a lot more shorts than longs entering the market though. Last 40 hours we've got short heavy, and that leads me to believe that majority of traders are considering the price action is overextended, and it makes sense for the price to pull back. We got to see here, of course, as well. Fear and Greed Index is at, I wouldn't say an all-time high, but pretty much all-time high for this year, if I'm not mistaken. It does look like it. Yeah. So we haven't seen this kind of price action in a long time, right? So it's all well and good. It's nice to see that, don't get me wrong, but there's a decent chance that may not last very long, okay? So just be mindful. Okay, taking a look here, of course, at the open interest, net longs. Let's go ahead and quickly peek here, see what's going on. We got a lot of longs hedged at about 35.4. So these are the late longs at 35,000. Those are the breakout traders that are in the underwater right now. try to tell you this consistently as much as I can. Try not to be a breakout trader. While it does work sometimes, they're overall a lot less successful. Okay? And again, I've tried that strategy myself before. That's why I can say that. And in truth, you're much better approaching the trade a lot different than waiting for a breakout. Again, bullish markets, breakouts make perfect sense. Okay, we are in a bullish market, but I don't think we've broken bullish just yet. We're not totally there yet. Okay, so anyways, no matter how you look at it here, longs are suffering right now. We can also see here with shorts, we got some shorts here at about 35,200. That was a previous resistance. It's a very sensible place to short. Okay, so again, those are in the green right now for the moment. Here's the last thing I want to kind of talk about here. If we can kind of see, remember I talked yesterday about this area of liquidity getting swept? Well, it's all fully swept now. What do you know? The bulls have effectively taken their profits, and now they switched bearish, and they're going to probably sweep this lower level here at about 34,000. So 33.9 is a large amount of liquidation that's available there for the price action to swing down to. Okay, so I really think that we're going to see this range here broken to the downside now that we've swept the upper level. Okay, again, liquidity is an interesting thing, and as you can see here, we have swept this upper liquidity level, and we're in a situation right now where the price action should pull back to, at the very least, this lower liquidity level and sweep that too. Okay, so again, definitely in a situation right now where we can expect the price to pull back to the low 33,000 range, if nothing else. Okay, take a look at the hourly. Let's go ahead and confirm here if we have broken below or above the cloud, and we are pretty much testing it right now. Okay, so it's not pretty. The conversion lines below the baseline, lagging spans intersect with the price action. This is really one of those situations where, in truth, you don't want a long or a short because it's kind of messy the way that it's jumping around. But again, to me, the way that things are right now, it would make much more sense for Bitcoin to trend closer to 33/31,000. Okay, again, this is just my personal opinion right now. I could be way off. The price could take off and never look back. You got to recognize that. There's no guarantees, but a lot of reasons why the price action should come down, and mainly because of those liquidity levels that have been swept. Some of the back end data that you don't really see on the charts are leading me to believe that we're going to see the price continue lower. Okay? Again, careful with what you do. Don't go massively short heavy just because I say this here. Low position size, low leverage. That's always the right way to go. Just make sure you are trading right now. You are being very careful because obviously it's a pretty crazy market right now. All right, anyways, I'm going to cover Solana next here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, we do have results are in from last month. Fantastic results for our premium group. So congrats again to our community members for that. And then obviously, help us grow our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. But most of all, honestly, our YouTube too, because man, I tell you what, YouTube algorithm kind of sucks right now. So you'll be seeing a lot more content from me moving forward, trying to beat the system. All right, thanks again for helping. Again, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourself.